Today I would like to show you how to make this teddy. I'm doing this video especially for those of us that are in position that is economically tough. Let me put it that way. It's just a means of earning some extra change. So I'm going to teach you how to make simple soft toys like this that you could sell to your neighbors, you could take to the little superstore around your house. You can make it as big as you want or as small as you want, like to make it into key holders or little purses and things like that, which I will teach in future videos. So please, I would like you to subscribe to my channel, especially if you're watching for the first time. This is actually my first YouTube video on this channel, and I really appreciate it if you people can support me, guys. I would appreciate it if you can support me by subscribing to my channel and liking this video, leave comments and share with your friends and family that you want to succeed like you. So let's get started. What you will need first of all is a pattern. You will need to maybe go online and see where you can get some free patterns for your toy. Another secret is also to get some small soft toy that you like. Then you can modify it according to the size you want to make. So for me, I'll be using this pattern. It's a simple one. It consists of two parts. That's the front and that's the back. It's this way because you have to fold it. You have to fold it into, should I say, two each part. So this is like the half. So that's why you have to cut two of this and two of the other one. Okay, this is cut. Sorry, this is cut, not fold. So you have to cut two of this and two of that. For me, I'll be using an old trouser. That's why I said this one is quite an economical way of making money, because you can even use your child's old clothes. You can even make like memory teddies for kids. So mothers that have kids that have grown up and want to remember the baby moments can give you their old clothes, the old children clothes, and you convert it to a soft toy for them. So that's a very good idea, right? In my next video I'm going to make one like, not next video, in subsequent videos I'm going to make one. Just come along with me, subscribe to my channel. You guys are going to have fun with me on the channel. So to start, you have your pattern and then you have your scissors. I think I'm going to this one, I just got this one pinking shares because I don't know if you can see. It got this edges, so that just so that the cloth will not leave frays and then easily loose. So the fabric, to protect the fabric, I chose this pinking shares, but I also have normal scissors. I don't know where I kept them, but anyway, you can use any kind of scissors. And then you need thread. It's best to have a thread that will match the fabric you are using. I'm using green because I want you guys to see what I'm doing. For this one, you don't really need, I won't be using the sewing machine. I'm doing this tutorial especially for those that don't have sewing machine but want to make some extra change. So I'll be using a green thread so that you can see what I'm doing. I use old clothes. I took from my son's old trouser. So I took this part from it, and if it's not enough I'll go and get the other, but I'm just showing you this is old cloth, so you can use old clothes. It doesn't have to be brand new spanky new fabric. Any fabric you have, your own thread might be like you want to recycle old clothes to something nice. So that's what I'll be using. And then you need this to trace your pattern. You need a tailor's chalk. I'm using this one, but if you don't have this, you can use a tailor's chalk or any regular chalk. Just make sure that it won't leave a stain on the fabric. So it's best to cut from the back side, to trace on the back side, not on the right side of your fabric, so that even if there's any stain, it will be behind. So you get this one. And all optionally is this. I'm using this label. I want to make it officially mine, so that anybody that sees this will know it's from me. So you might use this or you don't have to. It all depends on if you can fund, if you have the means to make a label. It's not expensive. It's not expensive. You can look around for one. So I got a label. This glue is just to attach the label to the fabric before I sew it, just to keep it in place so it doesn't wobble. These are the eyes for the toy, and of course my thread and needle. So that's the needle and that's the thread. I already threaded the needle in preparation for the task ahead. Before we start, I have a small guest here. She's eager to introduce her toy, her soft toy to you. So I will call my daughter to show us her. She calls him Baldy. So you can put Baldy. Let them see Baldy.
So, hello, I'm Mr. Baldy. I heard that you're looking for some scissors. Can I help you find them?
So that's Baldy.
Can I help you find the scissors?
Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. So, like I said, on this pattern, you have to cut two in front, two for the front. But first of all, let me just make it smooth. Make the work surface smooth. So. I'm listening to music, so don't be surprised if I start singing to entertain you, my lovelies. Money for all of you. Yes, sir. One thing I also like you to note is that some of these patterns don't come with the sewing mark. So if yours doesn't come with it, you have to make allowance for it. This one came with it. So this one, this is the thread, where the thread will go. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, that's it. So you can see it has its the position where your needle will pass. Some of them don't come with this, so you have to make allowance, maybe leave a quarter of an inch or so, like this much. Okay, I'm just trying to focus it. Anyway, I guess you understand. Okay, that's it. So you see the distance. You just have to leave that much space so that you can use that to sew, to leave allowance. If not, it will be tight, or your project will be um, will be spoiled, and we don't want that. We don't want, after all your hard work and cutting all your fabrics, you discover that things didn't turn out the way they should. So I have my first pattern, and this is for the back. Now we're going to cut the front. I also traced it, so don't worry. I can see. Okay, so this is the front. Now what you do, you sew here, you sew here for the front. So that's what we're going to do. Make sure you put the right sides together. Make sure you put the right sides together so it doesn't so that they lay flush. Helping me.
I will help no matter what. I'll hear the whole video.
So you might see her tiny, pretty hand.
Hello guys. Like and subscribe please.
Yeah. Baby, it's up to you, but I did pray you say I do. Yeah. Of the fabric you use, because sometimes the fabric can be so stretchy, and if you're not careful, you end up with a very plump and fat
It's fine.
very plump and fat teddy. So you watch how you cut it, you watch the direction. Some fabrics they stretch when they stretch more when you pull them to a certain direction. So you watch out for all those, okay?
This one doesn't.
My Jackie know the bounds, because she's going gaga over here. Oh, it's cute already. If you want, you can also stitch the hand here and here. It's supposed to be stitched, but I decided not to.
Here's an example of how it would look.
Just like this one, I stitched from inside. So you stitch it in so that the stuffings will not enter. Look, in my next video, I'm going to teach you how to make this one.
You just showed
And you could also put hair. This is the face. I made this for my daughter, so she likes it. My son has one too. This is for my daughter. He's bald. The one my son has hair, or should I say I made it with hair. So just keep watching. I'm going to teach you how to make this also as time progresses. So don't forget, just subscribe, and you're going to learn how to make this. Okay, now this one is for my son.
Sadly, who has a shirt and mine
I don't
doesn't.
know. This one has a shirt, and the hair is also made out of fabric, but I'll teach you the other type, the other way you can use wool or something like that to make the hair. This one is made out of fabric. I didn't put eyes or anything. I just made it like this for him to carry, because he was jealous of his sister when I made for his sister. So you can make something like this too. Like I said, just subscribe, and as time goes on, you're going to learn almost everything as time goes on. Now we're going to close the back. We are going to stitch the back close, and that will be it. And then we start putting the decoration on this one. So let me get my thread. Hold on.
Mr. Squiggles says that you should hit the like button like this. You can see his tiny thumb, and not do the thumbs down button.
So when you stitch, just make sure you stitch it well. Just make sure it's smooth. As time goes on, I'm going to teach you how to make smooth transition, especially around curves like this. Around curves, I'm going to teach you how to make it. This one is like this because I just want to show you what you can do. This is just something to show you the possibilities. Like, you don't need to have a sewing machine to make simple crafts that can help you. So we're going to cover the back, close the back, and then put eyes.
Yay! Let me just paint the eyeballs.
For the back, I want the transition to be seamless. So I'll first of all insert the needle from inside, so that you don't see the closing. okay, and then you pick together. We are one Africana. I love my Africana, the beautiful Africa, rise up.
I found a piece of fabric that looks
Did you
like
see how I interchange the stitching? You see how I interchange the stitching so that it runs smoothly and seamlessly, okay? Take too much, don't drag too much. That way as you're stitching along, it won't show. Your stitches will be hidden. That's la police for your case. And use good quality thread. I mean, this is something that you can go to places where they sell okreka, where they sell second-hand clothes. You buy those just knit or nice soft cotton or those furry coats. You know, those bathrobes or sleeping robes or things like that that are furry. Any fabric that you find that is cheap, and you can that will be good to make all these stuffed toys. Any cloth or blanket or bed sheet, whatever you find in the second-hand place that you feel that you can easily make use of, that's what you should go for. Oh, my thread is too long. I will encourage you, I will advise you to use a shorter thread, especially if you're a beginner, so it doesn't frustrate you. These are things that your little kids can learn. Your daughters or sons, they can learn and learn how to make some small change from their friends. Learn how to make some small change. That will train them to appreciate hard work, and you know, when they count the profits, the proceeds that come out of their crafts. So you just buy some okrika clothes for your little girl or little boy, buy some foam or whatever stuffing, even if it's old, the pieces from the fabric that you cut, you can use it to also make soft toys. Now I'm finishing it. I like to finish like this so that it will be solid. And I'll pass this thread out. Okay. I'll pass it out from here, but before then, let's see where the eyes should go, because this is the head, right? So I want to put the eyes here. Oopsie. Maybe here. Well, I should put it like this. I'm going to measure so that I'll get equal length. So I'm going to measure where this dot is. So it's from here to 2.5, and that's the same distance I'll measure, just so they're evenly spaced. Okay, so so 2.5 to 2.5, that's 5.
I was trying to tell you, but
Okay,
no,
so you're going to measure from here. You measure the distance between here to the nose. So let's say from here to here is 3, right? And then you take from here to here and put it at 3 too. You have to make it uniform, to make it straight, so that it doesn't look crooked. You know, you don't want one eye here and one eye here and one eye here. So we have to make it uniform. Okay, 3 to 3, that's 6. So that's it. So that's it. We got that. Oh, you got me the tape. Thank you. See what I was looking for. Okay, so now you will take it from there, from the back, if you want. But if you want to put the eye separate, still to close the back off and to not leave any trace. No. And to not leave any trace, you do this. You just stretch it out. So now if I cut the thread, it will just, the remaining part, the dangling part will be inside the toy. It won't show outside at the back. But I want to at the same time put the eyes. So I'm going to do so now. I'm going to do so now. I would like you just to sound a warning. You know that babies like to put everything in their mouth. So if you are using buttons for the eye, please be careful so that the child doesn't swallow it and choke on it. So you sew it hard. And if you're a parent and your child is playing with a soft toy like this, please just ensure that they don't pull out the eye and swallow. Because we don't want, we always have to be safe when we're dealing with kids and their toys, right? I've never heard of a child choking on stuffed toy, but we don't want to risk it, so I have to warn you about that. I was thinking of putting something, you know, like a small tie or something like that. So the nose will be here and the mouth will be here. So I've decided to put the mouth from here. I decided to give it the smile from here to here. So I'm gonna pass the needle. You always remember to trace out the thing first before you start doing it, so you don't run into problem where you say, oh, I forgot to my teddy mouth is crooked or something like that. So you always have to remember to stitch it in, to trace it out, I mean, with a pencil or chalk, something, just so you don't make it crooked. And then you start running helter-skelter, oopsie, on how to fix it. Okay. You can even make for your kids. When you get all your children's baby clothes, when they grow up and they no more wear those baby clothes, but you don't want to forget those special moments, you can make this out of their clothes. Like I said before, you always push the thread out and cut. Make such simple toys, and it will surprise you to know that sometimes babies even prefer those toys that you see and you think that the child will not like them. It will surprise you to know that the baby will prefer them. So if you're making this for your daughter, you could put like a bow. Let me clear the table so we can focus on the project at hand. Okay. Yep. Up, up, up. Then you can pin it here. You can pin it there. Same with the ear too. Okay. So you hide the finishing. You always try to hide your finishing to make it as neat as possible. You always try to hide it behind. Now, here she is. She's getting prettier by the day, by the moment. Okay. I think we should give her a cute nose. Don't know, maybe a small one like this or a round one. Okay, I'll go with the round one. If you must make the nose from fabric, make sure it's a fabric that will not fray. And I would encourage you to use like Evo stick, you know, or fabric glue. That is glue that Evo stick or fabric glue. That is glue that is meant for fabric. This one I'm using isn't meant for fabric, but I'm just using this for educational purpose. So you attach the, don't use super glue. Super glue will spoil your fabric. Super glue will spoil your fabric. You can use Evo stick or fabric glue. Even if you use Evo stick, be careful. Be careful that it doesn't be careful that it doesn't stain the fabric you're using. So this is it. That's the back. That's her back, and that's her front. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure you'll be able to make any baby happy with this. I'm sure you'll be able to make any baby happy with this. Sorry, it's my daughter was interrupting. So I'm sure you'll be able to make any baby happy with this. It will surprise you that kids will love something simple like this, that they would love the most expensive toy in the world. Simple things like this make children happy. So don't worry if you cannot afford to spend a fortune on toys, or if you just want to start doing something to sell to neighbors and friends, just to make some little cash. You could do something like this. If you make it a bit neater, if you make it much more neater, you could even put it in a bag and seal it up and supply to all those shops where they sell baby stuff. You could just supply to them, and mothers will buy and put in the crib, or just something to distract babies and for babies to hug, especially those ones that like to hold on to something when they want to sleep, or any sort of distraction for your little one. So thank you for watching, and surely I hope that you will subscribe, and I'll teach you how to make a lot. And I'm going to teach you on this channel how to do all of them. I made all these things, and I made some more, not just this. I made a lot of things that I will share with you as time goes on. So don't forget to subscribe, and see you in my next video. Bye.